GTA 4, we're working on the Pigeons. We're on 108 to 144, and that's going to wrap up the Algonquin area. AA Gamer for Life. Okay, so we've been chipping away at these pigeons, and I mentioned in the other video, you need to get them. You want to get your 100% of the game. Unfortunately, the pigeons don't really yield you anything exception of your achievements. You get the endangered species at the end of the pigeons, and it goes towards your 100% towards the end of the game. Obviously, there's a lot more to do, but all the collectibles are part of it. And at one time, I don't know, maybe it happens. I don't know. I didn't go look at it, but I think this unlocks the helicopter down at the airport. Not really sure, to be honest with you. In previous walkthroughs, I remembered that it mentioned something about the helicopter being down there, but it kind of blows, to be honest with you. One, the few times you need a helicopter for whatever, like at the end of this video, I need a couple of pigeons via the helicopter. So you just go down to the Higgins area and jack one of those, and you don't usually get a wanted level for doing that. If this does unlock that special helicopter, it's down at the airport, which means you're getting 4 stars to go get it. And then, getting away from 4 stars in the helicopter, probably doable, but I'm not 100% sure. Normally, when I've gotten 3 or more stars in a helicopter, the round ring kind of just seems to follow you wherever you go. Maybe if you went deep out to the water, you can get away from it. I don't know. But the point is, it's basically useless to you. I mean, if they wanted to do something to help you, they could have put armor in your safe houses. That would have been, you could have gave me 400 pigeons. I would have done that just to get armor in my safe house. So, whatever, That's an issue for Rockstar, which I'm not going to be writing them a letter about. So anyway, just keep chipping away at these pigeons. If you're finding these videos helpful, appreciate the thumbs up and subscribing. But nevertheless, this one took me a minute to find. I remember it being down here in previous walkthroughs, but I was like, kind of. So you need to get down onto the ramps to the expressway. There's a little alley right there. And this poor little pigeon not bothering anybody that they say is diseased, rabbited, flying rat, needs to die. It's nothing personal, dude. Just gotta take you out. It's the way it goes. So when I got all the 200 pigeons done, I got my achievement, the endangered species, which is what we were driving for. And like I said, you need to get it to get your 100%. But nothing came up about that helicopter. And like I was mentioning in previous walkthroughs, it said something about that helicopter being unlocked. And maybe I'll load the game up and just to see if that helicopter's there. But to be honest with you, like I mentioned, it's totally useless to you. Can't really think of any missions where it have been helpful. And, the way the helicopters act in this game anyway. So, nevertheless, it was really a pointless unlockable. If it is there, don't really care if it was or not. Like I was mentioning, at no point will you ever go get it. I mean, if you were on mission, the odds of you getting down there, losing the heat, and being able to use it on mission were probably pretty slim. And then off mission, there's like no reason to have it. You know, even doing your one-man army where you would get 6 stars and try to evade the police after that. Because the later part of the videos where I actually get to Algonquin, or excuse me, I should say not even at the end of this video. The last few pigeons are down at the Happiness Island, down at the Statue of Liberty, or the Statue of Happiness, whatever they want to call it. But anyway, the pigeons before that were on top of the roof, so I had to use a helicopter. One's on top of the bridge support, so I had to use a helicopter to get up there, and the other's on top of a building that does have a helipad that you need to take a set of, or a ladder down to get to that particular pigeon. But then after that, you go out to Happiness Island there, and I kept the helicopter close because I knew I would be getting a wanted level. And you're on an island, and there's no way to really evade the police out there. And there's quite a few of them out there, so you'll get a wanted level, and you got no way to really lose it. So what had happened was I got a wanted level, but there was a police one close to the helicopter, so I shot him, and I got 3 stars. And man, I was flying all over the place, and I could not lose the wanted level. The ring just kept following me, so I actually had to land, get in a car to lose the wanted level. So that just kind of gets back to that point of that unlockable helicopter. If it is there, what's the point of it? Because I don't know if you could even evade the police at 4 stars. I mean, what would you do? Land it, get in a vehicle, lose the wanted level, and then go back for the helicopter to use for what particular purpose, you know? That was the thing. The game previous to this, GTA San Andreas, it had a shitload of collectibles, starting with 100 tags in the Los Santos area, and then 50 photo ops in the San Fierro area, and then 50 of the horseshoes out in the Las Venturas area. And each of those particular items unlock weapons pretty much in areas that you were at. Okay, so down in the center of Los Santos at CJ's house, when you did all the tags, you got 4 weapons in your safe house. It'd be nice if one of those was armor. That would have saved you some time, but anyway, you know, that's a nice thing, you know. And then the photo ops put the weapons right there at CJ's garage. You know, again, that's very convenient. Again, it would have been nice if one of those particular weapons were armor as well. And then at the Las Venturas, it put the stuff right outside the casino that you were at most of the time, which was also right next to your safe spot. So the thing is, but once you got by the San Fierro and Las Venturas areas, you know, the weapons weren't really an issue at that time. Plus, I had so much money, you know, I could buy anything and anything that came along. So, but again, the point is, the unlockables were at an area that were easy to you and stuff that you could use. So that was a big plus. You know, this game, you did 50 unique jumps, and you get an achievement. Okay, that's just part of your 100%. Didn't unlock a bike or anything like that. You do 200 pigeons, and I can't comment whether or not that helicopter's there, but it's totally useless to you. It has no functionality to it. You know, it ain't like putting a Desert Eagle up in your crib. Like I said, armor up there, you know, that stuff would have been helpful. And luckily for the gamers, they use a lot of this technique in the Grand Theft 5 as well, because all the collectibles in that game didn't do shit for you either. So uh, the nuclear waste barrels did net you some money, but a lot of the other ones didn't really do much for you either. Okay, so depending on who you were in Grand Theft 5, um, whoever bought the dock or whatever could use the mini sub to collect those waste barrels. Now that was a nice payday, although it takes you forever to basically circle that area to get all those barrels. So, but it is what it is. I think there was 30 barrels, and you got 20,000 a barrel. Don't hold me to that. I don't really remember the amount of money, but it was the only collectible that really netted you some cash. Okay, you collected the letters. At the end of that, you found the killer. You took him out. You got an achievement. That was pretty much the end of that. And then you got the space parts. At the end of that, it netted you some kind of crazy doom buggy that was basically useless to me. So I took it, put it in Franklin's garage, and it basically sat there totally useless to me. So thanks to Rockstar for making us do a lot of work and get very little pay for it. The thing is, with Nico, if you follow some of the things, like I made a video on weapons and armor pickups, and little Jacob is worth making friendly to you. He's the one who has the cheap weapons, and it's just a good idea. His weapons are much, much cheaper than the stores, so it doesn't take much to make him like you. A couple of activities, and it's pretty simple on that end. But the point is that Nico does not really have a lot that he has to spend money on. You don't really buy cars. You don't buy pretty much any kind of vehicle. So the only thing he really has to buy is weapons and ammo and the occasional armor. So knowing where some of the key spots are for the armor and weapons, mostly armor, because a lot of times you'll do a mission and you just got shot up a little bit. You don't really need to call up Jacob or anything like that. You would just, I would go to those spots, pick up armor, then go to the safe house and save the game. Okay, for instance, the RPG is one of the most expensive weapons out there to buy. Little Jacob does not sell an RPG, so the only way to buy one is at the ammo store, and I believe they're like 5,000 a pop. So I'm just not going there. I mean, I know the locations of the RPG, and pretty much at the top part of Algonquin here, right outside the rock, right outside the very top, there's a big rock. So I would just take a taxi up there, go out there, grab the RPG, and then just south of that area is the armor vest. So it's like go up there, get RPG, and then that. But the RPG was just used very sparingly. I didn't use it all that much, but if I needed it, I had 8 or so rockets to use. That's the whole point. But the armor vest was real close to that as well. So I got done with a mission and I needed a vest. I would just take a cab to that vest and then off to the safe house. But the one item that you do use a lot, because it gives you the best zoom and it's pretty much the hard-hitting weapon, is the assault rifle. And if I needed ammo, I would just call up Jacob, buy the ammo from him and a vest, and save the game and get off to the next mission. Okay, there's an achievement in this game for getting a $500,000, and when you do the three-leaf clover, which is the bank job with the Irish dudes, Packy and his boys, you'll get a half a mil, or you'll get 250,000. So that puts a nice chunk into your money. And like I said, if you're not going to the ammo store to buy stuff, getting that money should not be a problem. But when you get into Albany and you start doing those missions, eventually Brucey will call you about Stevie needing more cars, and that money will put you up over the top to get your $500,000. By the end of the game, I had, like very close to $1 million, and then depending on which way you're going at the end of the game, will that. But you're at the end of the game. It doesn't really matter. The money's pointless. You got more than you could spend. There's no houses to buy. You don't buy businesses. Nothing like that. So all you really need to buy is weapons and armor. So at the very end of the game, when I'm getting geared up to do the very end mission, where you're taking out Pecorino or Dimitri, whichever way you're going. After you go to the wedding and whatever happens there, I would make it to the ammo store and just buy as many RPGs as I need because, like I said, I had almost $1 million. The game is over. There's really nothing for Nico to do inside this game once you do that. So it's like, what the hell? I could drop, 50, 70, 80,000 on weapons because the game's over. And little Jacob is not available to do because he's involved in the end mission and all that, so you can't really call him. Alright, so chipping away at these pigeons, we're getting to the south side of the island. Off to the left there is the Happiness Island. We'll be getting to that soon enough. Okay, so just south of where we were, is this little dock area with all the containers. Don't mind me. Okay, so for this next one, we need a boat. And as an eco, the one thing I've not really been able to find is a set location for a boat. So the one thing I have found is like on the back side of this dock area off that island. The couple times I've been down here, I noticed that the sailboat and the speedboat just keeps spawning by. So like if I ran off to one end of the dock to the next end, the boats kept coming by, so it was easily to swim out there to get this sailboat. Okay, and that's a real slow process to get down to this side. So, but the only way to get to that pigeon is by boat. Okay, so we went off to Higgins and got a helicopter. Easy just to walk up there, grab one, and okay, on the one bridge support out here is our next pigeon. Just up here, not bothering anybody, enjoying the view. Okay, so with this one, you need to get up here via helicopter, and of course, there is a helicopter up here on the helipad. So you saw I was trying to get to the edge, and it knocked the other helicopter off the edge. It's in your best interest to land without messing up your helicopter, because there's no way off of this building without a helicopter. Anyway, you take the stairs down, or the ladder down. As Nico, I don't believe there was ever a reason that we were ever up on this building as far as mission related. So, guess they put all this in here just to get this one pigeon. Maybe it had something to do with the online, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so we're off to Happiness Island, and I put the helicopter at the northern part of the star here, and the reason for that is, like I was mentioning, that you're most likely going to get a wanted level at some point being out here. Okay, I believe I'm on the west side of the star at this particular time. I believe there's 4 pigeons out here we need to get. I would definitely just recommend popping a pigeon. If you don't get a wanted level, then go ahead and continue on, but at some point it's going to happen. And then just get to your helicopter and take off. If you all you have is 1 star, it'll be easy to lose the wanted level. But if you shoot a cop and you get 3, you might have trouble losing your wanted level. Okay, so this one is on the shoulder. The other one was on the hand in the crevice of the book. So I guess we got 3 more pigeons. One at the top of the crown. Okay, I got one at the very top, and then one down at the base. So okay, that's going to wrap up all the pigeons out here in the Algonquin area. Then we're going to be off to Albany after this. So that's it. 56 pigeons left. That's what we needed. AA Gamer for life. Again, if you're liking these videos, we appreciate the thumbs up.